I want you guys to remember what they said would happen versus now what Republicans are saying they don't care about happening.
Americans largely disapprove of the economic policies of this president, at least right now. 55% say they disapprove of his job on the economy, 44% approve. Can you explain those numbers?
Well, I think a lot of people are seeing higher prices. Our family's in the construction business, and we get a lot of our timber from Canada and other countries. Yes, it's higher. Steel prices are up, but it's for the good of the country. And should we expect high prices for a short time? Yes, but overall, we couldn't keep going the way we were going. The cancer in this country was letting other countries rule the day and tax our products. And why should we run a deficit every month? And that's why this president is doing such a good job. And you can't go on, poll numbers vary. They come up, they go down. But the bottom line is he's doing the right thing, and it couldn't come at a better time. And things will get better here.
Representative Ralph Norman of South Carolina hates the American people. He just told you your prices are going up, but that's good for you. It's good for you for your prices to go up, because you know what? It's not like we said prices would go down. It's not like we said if you elect Donald Trump, your wallet is going to receive so much more money. You're going to have more take-home pay. You're going to make more money. Prices are lower. President Biden, man, inflation was off the charts. But now that it's not happening the way that people with Trump derangement syndrome told you the way it would happen, Ralph Norman says, F you. Prices should go up. Pay more. That helps me. I'm a rich guy. This is who Ralph Norman is. Also following Donald Trump's lead on trying to attack people in this country and sweep them off the streets, including American citizens. Like I told you, Ralph Norman hates Americans.
Congressman, do you care if U.S. citizens accidentally get detained in ICE raids?
Look, I'm so appreciative of what Tom Homan is doing to get illegals out of the country. No, I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about law and order in America, and I'm supportive about if you're an illegal, you don't need to be here.
But what if you're a citizen and you get detained? Like what? That seems to be happening a lot. Well, you don't care?
No, I don't believe that. He's getting the people out of here that should be out here, that should have never been allowed to come in. The Biden administration defied the Constitution and defied America. Really.
Well, a lot of citizens are getting detained in the dragnet, though, including veterans. So
what about the gang members that get detained?
Well, I mean, if they're U.S. citizens.
This president and this Homan is doing such good things, I'm not going to criticize him for anything, particularly as it relates to deportation.
Ralph Norman doesn't care if American citizens get swept up in these deportation raids and get arrested. He doesn't care if your civil rights are taken away. He doesn't care if your due process is taken away. Representative Ralph Norman is anti-American. He said veterans, those same people, when Donald Trump, his savior, was accused of saying that they're suckers and losers. He's in support of the guy that'll sweep up those same veterans that apparently aren't suckers and losers in the eyes of this MAGA Republican Party. And you guys getting swept up and sent away too. Because he's not going to complain. Does it bother him? Ralph Norman says, hell no. In fact, Ralph Norman has a couple middle fingers for you. Let's go back to the economy that Ralph Norman doesn't care about either, because there's another guy. His name is Mike Lawler. He's another representative. He's another congressman from New York, another Republican who's going to be part of this whole rubber stamping of everything that Donald Trump does. When hospitals talk about how their bill that he voted for and helped pass will destroy people's lives, hospitals, and the health care that they said that they're saving, there's no way they're taking away people's Medicare and Medicaid. You know how they said all that stuff? So now that it's happened, listen to how he responds to hospitals saying what's happening to them.
The Congressional Budget Office, which obviously is a part of the institution where you serve, says that there's going to be about $900 billion to $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts. If you look at the hospitals in your own district, Montefiore Nyack Hospital is already saying because of that vote, because of these cuts, they're going to have to cut back services. They're going to have to cut staff. They're going to have to cut care. Same thing with Westchester Hospital. Hospitals across your district are going to have to cut services and care and staff members and budgets because of your vote and because of this bill that passes. That's what they're saying. It's not some left-wing focus group or some Well, I'm just telling you what they've said, so
what they're parroting is the same talking points being put out by the state and by the
so they're
hospital
parroting.
association.
You know their business better than you know their business better than they know their business, Congressman. You can keep talking if you want to,
Joe.
but are you saying that they know their business, doctors' business, hospital administrators' business better than they know their own business? Is that what you're telling us here?
No, Joe. If you'd stop putting words in my mouth and let me answer the question. Number one,
you said they were parroting. You said that actually they were having the words put into their mouth. You said they were parroting other people's words.
Go look what they've actually put out, and it's all the same. It's all the same points that the Greater New York Hospital Association and that the state of New York are parroting.
Mike Lawler's answer to hospitals talking about the situation that they're dealing with is they're all saying it. That might mean that they're all dealing with it. That might mean that it makes sense. I mean, all these hospitals are parroting and saying the same thing. They're saying that the cuts to Medicare and Medicaid that pay for the hospitals to survive because their patients rely on those things, they're saying that just because that money got taken away, that they're having to find cuts now. Why would they say that? They all keep looking up and seeing that the sky is blue. And for some reason, they're parroting each other by saying it. Are we seeing yet that this party is full of people who really don't give a goddamn about this country? As a matter of fact, the less that they care about this country, the better for them. This is the guy that they're following. There's a reason why he sounds so incredibly stupid and has the only answer that Mike Lawler's got is they're parroting each other's talking points about reality.
So we'll vote. We don't have a big majority, but we've gotten everything, including the great, big, beautiful bill. Got that done, and that's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to people in this country. They're starting to figure it out, how good it is. Biggest tax cut in history. So many things.
Everyone loves the great, big, beautiful bill. Just because. The biggest tax cuts ever in history. So if there's biggest tax cuts ever, maybe someone should ask that same J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's vice president, why he's got to go on TV and say they need to mitigate the issues with that bill and also his tariff policy. Maybe they should ask people this question.
The second thing the tariffs are doing is it's bringing in a lot of additional revenue, which of course we're using to give tax relief to the American people and make it easier for average Americans to get by.
Why do Americans who got the biggest tax break ever in history that Donald Trump just said they've got need tax relief through tariff revenue? Why is that? Why would they need some more tax relief through his tariff policies? Why would they need that? I thought they got plenty of the biggest tax cut ever in American history through their bill. They need some more help for some reason. I can't figure it out. How about we ask an even dumber guy, Howard Lucknik, who runs behind Donald Trump's ass and finds every hair that he can and flosses with it.
Can working people possibly get a little bit of rebate because of all the tariff revenue the United States is bringing in?
Exactly. So, when they did the big, beautiful bill, they don't count the tariff revenues. So these tariff revenues are going to be 600, then 700, then 800, then 900. And over the course of his presidency, they could easily hit $1 trillion a year. So the president is thinking about, look, I've created this value, right, from the power of the American economy, from all our people and all their consumption. Why not figure out a way to share some of that money with the people of America? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, he is thinking about it. He hasn't made a decision, but he's thinking about it. He floated it. And the beauty of Donald Trump is—
Can he do it without Congress?
I don't know. I haven't studied it yet. I've just sat with him and I've listened to him talk about it both publicly and privately. I mean, he's interested. He cares so much about the American people.
When Howard Lucknik and the rest of these guys don't have a way to answer a question, they just go back to kissing Donald Trump's ass. Does he need Congress? It's weird that even, Charlie Kirk asked him that. Doesn't he need Congress to do something like this? Oh man, hell no. I mean, I haven't talked to him yet, but one thing I do know is that he cares so much about the American people because the conversations was beginning to let maybe people who are listening with brains hear it and go, well, yeah, that is kind of, as soon as you start asking a question, the point is to divert right back to kissing Donald Trump's ass. It's right back that way. Well, the thing is that Donald Trump loves the American people so much that he's raised $150 billion of tariff revenue off of their backs. They take your money and say, we're going to give you $600 back. And they think, and I'm beginning to be convinced, they know this country's too stupid to realize what it is that they're doing. As he's building golden palaces, additions to the White House, and paving over the Rose Garden, and going to add all this militarized police to every city that he doesn't like, where do you think the money's coming from? You're paying for your downfall.